Okay, so it's Monday, February 6th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today on the daily chart, we end up with a two down bar that really didn't follow through much. It didn't really go below the pre-market lows, this lower blue line, and it's kind of in line with so far everything you would expect given the way price action is setting up. Essentially, at the end of last week, you had a bit of exhaustion risk. You had a two down day on Friday, and if this was going to be a strong two down day, it should have taken out the low of this bar. In other words, these two bars here should have been a compound outside bar of this of the low of this bar preceding it. Sometimes you don't get it on that bar, so you look for the follow through the next day, maybe a 3-day compounding outside of this bar, but you can tell it's not doing it. So this is kind of staying in line with the uptrend, and this gets when a price can't broaden out below its target, then when you get a reversal at two up, then you feel stronger that you're going to probably reach your targets to the upside. And so in other words, if we get a two up tomorrow, all price has to do is kind of work towards that area to broaden out, and this is very close to it, those highs, the weekly highs, so the odds are you'd get up there as well. And again, that's what price action does. It's always in a price discovery mode. That's why broadening formations exist on all kinds of time frames. And on the daily time frame, which is kind of the very big one for algorithms, when price makes a new low, it should broaden out to its previous low, and if it does, then it's doing what it's supposed to do in terms of price discovery. When it doesn't, it shows you pretty strong trend is in force a lot of times when it reverses the other way. So we'll see if that happens tomorrow. We have a potential, buy signal above the highs of today. You can look on the chart, the 15-minute chart. If you spread it out, it's still just a nice uptrend, and you can see here pulling back into this gap area. That's kind of the rebalancing when you have some inefficient pricing. So that makes some sense that you might not get follow through here. Now, of course, we can continue lower tomorrow and work towards that area, but you don't know until price kind of opens up. But we do have a definite buy signal to the upside. So in the end, this week starts out very small, kind of at the mid. We haven't gone below the midpoint of the prior week. We haven't gone below the yellow line, which is the open of the month. So far February is still an up month. A little bit of a pause here after a couple of moves up to start. So everything's in line to continue the uptrend if we can get kind of a two up day tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. And for me, knowing that we're coming to an area that might not broaden to the downside into a support area of the gap, I was able to generally do all my trades, and I put some videos out in the first hour and 15 minutes. I was looking to go short because of the fact that I expected a little follow through lower. I wanted to see if we'd break through this line here, the pre-market lows, and reach some of these, red and yellow key areas. That price action would have let us know if we were doing that, but it didn't do it. It just came down, took out the area. There's your broadening, taking out some liquidity, and then for the rest of the day, it did nothing. So, it wasn't a day to buy because you weren't above the midpoint of the prior day. It didn't come all the way up here above the pre-market highs and take out the midpoint of the prior day. And all you can do is think about maybe selling, even though you knew there was a chance you wouldn't get much follow through. So anyway, all my trading took place here in that first hour, and that was it for today. That's the way it was setting up. I took my profits and then just did nothing for the rest of the day. So that's it. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Again, good potential, signal to the upside. And if so, then you're expecting it to kind of broaden out above those highs. That's kind of the expectation, but you'll see if price action confirms that.